The Premier League is back, and it's Manchester United against Arsenal at Old Trafford. Yeah, some start to the season this. Sesko, Cunha, Mbeumo, Gyokeres, Zubimendi, Amorim and Arteta, new faces and new season, and a big buzz. Let's run through all the team news, the starting 11, and the all-important match prediction for Sunday's season opener. So here we go, ladies and gents. The Premier League has returned. A nice, quiet, easy game to watch. No, stop that. Arsenal at Old Trafford. It's a big one. And it's going to be one that, I suppose, sets the tone of the season, just like any opening game does. Sesko and Gyokeres, Amorim and Arteta, like I said in the intro. What's your prediction? Let me know. I'm going to run through Amorim's team news. I'm going to run through a couple of important points, then my starting 11, then my prediction, to get yours in the comments. And if you can, please drop a like in the video and consider subscribing, because I'm going to be here all season. I was here last season. I hope I'm happy at the end of this one. Anyway, Arsenal at home to kick off is a hell of a fixture, really. Now, United have got a pretty damn good track record of this in the last 10, 20 years. Arsenal haven't come to Old Trafford and got many results. But history really doesn't matter. It really, really doesn't. This is a new season and a stronger Arsenal team. They've had a good summer with Gyokeres, with Zubimendi. I'm not sure how much of an impact Madueke is going to make, but I think Arsenal have had a pretty damn good summer. And they are going to be pushing for the title. United, we finished... I need to speak about last season. Let's not speak about that. But I'll tell you what Amorim is trying to do. Bring in a new United. I dropped that video earlier. If you haven't checked it out, please do. It's our latest United People's Productions. We're calling it United People's Productions Season 2 because it's the second season we'll be doing them. Kind of trying to make it like a Netflix series. See how many series we can get to. Hopefully we win it in the 4th season. Right. Here's the team news from Amorim. All right. Sesko and Onana are both fit enough to play against Arsenal. Will they be fit enough to start against Arsenal? Well, as long as Sesko's ready, I'm fine with that. I don't think he'll start, though. All right. Højlund is, quote unquote, an option. That's what Amorim has said. I'll speak about Højlund in a little bit. I can't see him being used right now. But this is probably one of the most important quotes from the press conference, right? Speaking about sort of expectations and hopes for this season, right there. We are training harder and are more prepared to cope with the demands of the game. It's the basic. I know it's the basic, but the basic which United have failed at every season. For so many seasons. Hence why we've been so crap. That physical flaw is a big reason why all three of these signings tick, tick, tick. By the time they're fit, they're going to be able to do what they do for 90 minutes at the top level. Sesko playing in that Leipzig system, an aggressive front presser. Cunha did it so often at Wolves, and Mbeumo was probably the best at doing it at Brentford. Now let's run through the starting 11. I definitely think we'll see Mbeumo and Cunha start. I don't think we'll see Sesko start. All right, let's get into it. So, in terms of injuries, Mazraoui isn't fit to play. Martinez definitely isn't fit to play. Let me change colour of him. So, yeah, just so you know, if they're black icon, it means that they're not fit. Kind of with a head injury. This was the team that played Fiorentina at Old Trafford. It was quite a surprising 11 because I thought Amorim's going to be putting out the strongest team that he can compared to who he wants to start. What changes do I think he'll make? Given that Bayindir played 90 minutes, I think he starts Bayindir. I personally would think I would choose Heaton, but Bayindir had his best performance against Arsenal away from home in the FA Cup, didn't he? The penalty shootout. Do it again, please, Bayindir. I don't know what to expect with goalkeepers, but certainly Onana shouldn't be in goal. Not for this opening game of the season. It would be a madness. Even if he was fit, I still think it would be a madness. The back three. I get the sneaky feeling that he might play Luke Shaw there instead of Heaven. And I really don't know whether he's going to go for Maguire or De Ligt. I think Yoro's a pretty sure thing. No? Starting at right centre-back? Especially because Mazraoui's out. I think that's an absolute sure thing. Maguire and Heaven, is it going to be the same back four? It might be. I'm going to leave that. But I think what you might end up seeing is this. He's seen as he's put Maguire as one of his leadership group. He obviously trusts and believes in him. Maguire and Shaw, I don't like the look of that, really. But didn't Heaven go off with like a knock against Fiorentina? I think he did. Anyway, that's what I'm going to go for my back four. One change. Shaw in for Heaven. Midfield. But I don't care what you tell me, right, about the limitations of Ugate's game. And there are limitations. I don't care what you tell me. All I know is that Casemiro cannot start against Arsenal in the Premier League. He physically can't. Going back to this, that exact quote there. More prepared for the demands of the game. Casemiro's not. There will be games, there'll be situations this season, if Casemiro's going to stay, which it looks like he is, where Casemiro can be a benefit to us. But starting the first game of the season at Old Trafford against Arsenal, that is not one of those situations. Ugarte, is he limited? Yes, but Ugarte starts. For sure he starts. Now, what I would like to see is this. I don't think this will happen, but this is what I would like to see. I actually think Mason Mount played pretty well in the preseason, so I think it's kind of unfair on putting him there, I suppose. I want to see Mbeumo up top. I want to see Bruno playing as one of the number 10s, and I want to see Mainoo come in alongside Ugarte. If we're going to play without a striker, which right now it seems like we are, I would rather Mbeumo was the point of the arrow. Bruno and Cunha as the two number 10s, perfect. But what we saw in the last game was, of course, Bruno playing deeper, Mainoo on the bench, Mount up front, and Mbeumo over here. That's what we saw last time. And I just don't know whether I liked it that much, if I'm being completely honest. I think I'd rather see what I just had there. In terms of predictions, I don't really think you need to have any conversation about Dorgu or Ahmad. Ahmad right now, in terms of the preseason, I don't think he's had the best of time at right wing back, but I also don't think we've been playing through him that much. I'm really excited and interested to see how this partnership develops down here. Right? Ahmad and Mbeumo. One of the partnerships I'm definitely looking forward to seeing the most. Would that be my starting 11? Mason Mount playing further up? I'd love to see, I think we will see Sesko come off the bench. Probably, what do you reckon? 25 minutes? Thereabouts? Play Mount up there for the first 60 like he did against Fiorentina? I think that's probably what I'd go for. I've gone for two predicted changes. Shaw and Ugarte in for Heaven and Casemiro. And the rest staying the same. I don't think it's the team that I would choose. But I also don't think that the team is completely fit enough yet, are they? Sesko would start this game otherwise. We're about to see these three line up at Old Trafford. We should see Cunha and Mbeumo start. I think it'll be a couple of weeks until we see Sesko start. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. My prediction for the game, I'm going to go for a score draw. 1-1 or 2-2. You might say it's cheating. That's two predictions. Well, that's my channel. Do what I want. I think I'm going to go for a score draw. And I think I'll be fine with that to start the season. What I want to see is us competing against Arsenal. When we played Arsenal last season, and just teams where we had the best performances last season, we sat on the edge of our own box and we defended with a low block and deep. The evolution of Amorim this season has to be that we go into these games against Arsenal and we compete, but we don't do it by just sitting on the edge of our own box. We actually play a little bit of football. I'd like to see us be a bit more aggressive, a little bit more open, but I imagine we'll kind of shore up to begin with. I'm going for a 1-1 draw. I'd take that. And there's a couple of changes. I don't think it's an ideal team. I'd consider maybe switching De Ligt and Maguire. I think that's a 50-50. Heaven and Shaw, depends if Heaven is fit. I don't really like Mount up front, but he started against Fiorentina, and I think that was kind of a hint about what was coming. You can let me know what you think in the comments below, both in terms of the prediction and your starting 11. And I'll see you on Sunday after the game.